Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any inheritance tax. If there is no will, the interstate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the issues which clients face, whether it's in relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors. Let us take care of probate.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. Memo ubibia kwaba ebe enenso yedwumedie ya yatuni din say legal hour is. So me gidi say baby biara wo ye. So wo ye dia mesre we ni die mu bomode anaka me ho frodofo bi fradamfo bi say enemre no so aso. Say ba bi di mra kamra, are mra, achechre mre mu with BWF Solicitors for senior beya. Emre nsem bi ehaw ana edun toto ana edun dada obenya ho emfaso ana obenya ho ntiase efre ha. Media ne manyeti enemre ne kɔ ntime ma mekasa enye tenten ne meka ne se mesrewe ni die mu bomode ana beka ye ho ye de mre no ehya asesisi a senior beya ibetumi adjust into a whole lot of topics and sana yetumi asori efre ha yebebo 11 pepepe na ye sori akɔ. na mmom yɛhyɛ aseɛ no yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma mu nkakra nkakra na ɛduru hɔ a afei mebie telephone line na mama wɔ akwanya na wo nso woafrɛ ɛmbia na baabi a wonenam no baabi a wowɔ no adwuma mu nsɛm a na wonam kwan so a wontumi ɛmfrɛ wɔ telephone no so a wobɛtumi asɛne wɔ message whatsapp message anaa wobɛtumi asɛne message kora ɛwɔ facebook no a wohwɛ no anaa youtube hɔ no a wohwɛ no wotumi type wɔ hɔ a yɛbɛredi ama wo ne ama wo mmoayɛ na afei nso wopɛ sɛ wofrɛ na wonnya a wobɛtumi wogya wokɔ whatsapp no so a na wafrɛ ɛwɔ hɔnom na woagya message wobɛtumi agya voice note ɛnyɛ voice mail voice note kyerɛ sɛ wobɛmia yɛka ne sɛ bottom na ɛwɔ aseɛ no microphone bottom no mmea so a na woagya message wɔ hɔ fɛfɛɛfɛ na ɛno nso mɛbɔ na lawyer ɛyi ano ɛnna ɛyɛ me dɛ ɛyɛ me ahosɛpɛ sɛ menya yɛ maame ɔkyerɛkyerɛfo papa bi na ɔba abɛkyerɛ yɛn saa topic a mɛba abɛto dwa no na wakyerɛ yɛ ase na ɛtu ho anam dodoɔ na fall into that category ba nanso ɛyɛ a na ɔmo nhu kwan a ɔmbɛfa so a ɔmbɛto anamo na ɔmotumi nsa aka ɔmo nkrataa wɔ kurom ha kurom ha asetena no dodoɔ no abɛtena ha mfiri bebree nanso no wobɛhu a nneɛma ɛresesa nneɛma change everyday bia nneɛma ɛresesa nti no asa monday yɛba ha thursday friday ne saturday no yɛkyerɛkyerɛ mo giving you the education sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a baabi a wowɔ biara no you are abreast with what is going on within the immigration system family law system you can say mitigation and litigations and even yɛn Ghana law koraa yɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu no so na wo nso woahu nea ɛrekɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a woto anamo a na woahu kwan a wobɛfa so a wode bɛto media ne manyɛtee mɛsrɛ ka me ho na yɛnhyɛ aseɛ mede nkyia kɛseɛ ɛbɛmaa yɛ maame lawyer Eunice na ɔno nso mfa nkyia mu ɔhwɛ mu ɔdɛ ɛma etiefoɔ no ahwɛfoɔ mebɔ mo nkae sɛ motie wɔ Facebook mohwɛ wɔ YouTube mutie wɔ BW radio nso na ɔde nkyia ɛma mo nyinaa baabi biara motie yɛ ɛhwɛ yɛ efi no ɛma mo na afei yɛde dwumadie no ahyɛ aseɛ efiri hɔ no nti la Eunice mema wakɔ aba ɛba legal hours so megye di sɛ wo ho yɛ na fankyia a mu hwɛm ankasa happy new year ndia ma obiara dada na still once we are still in January no still is a fresh year to a lot of
Yes.
people nti no
Yes.
mede akwanya na ɛma wo na woakyiakyia nkurɔfoɔ na afei deɛ yɛde dwumadie no atoa so ɛfiri hɔ
With our bebree ho ayɛ fɛ as always. I hope
meda ase
say Nyame adom wo na ebusuafo nyinaa mo ho yɛ.
saa yɛ ho yɛ paa meda ase
Yɛda Nyame ase. Ma menkyia ahwɛfoɔ ne atiefoɔ a wɔrehwɛ yɛn. I hope say Nyame adom mo nso mo ho yɛ. As we are halfway through January, yɛbɛda so awɔhyɛ mu nyinaa afihyia pa because I know say Nyame adom ara kɔnkɔn a yɛabɛduru saa mpɛmpɛnso yi. Nti I hope say mo nyinaa mo ho yɛ. Mo mba no ne mo abusuafo nyinaa no mo ho yɛ. The weather is a bit cold, but wherever you are, I hope say obi biara wapom ne biribiara okay. I hope by God's grace no so you are keeping yourself warm so. See, as we always do every week, Yama a bit of updates in regards to their air cost or immigration and branding. Na yetumi atwaso with the main topic of the day. Um, I know that when it comes to especially a skilled worker um, group, especially those on the health and security routes now, dodoɔ no ɛrehwehwɛ COS they would want to make yɛnka ne sɛ extension but menim deɛ nti a wɔfrɛ no extension because sɛ ebi a wopɛ sɛ woyɛ another skilled worker application na wo employer aka akyerɛ wo sɛ oh wayɛ application for COS but COS no ɛnyam baeɛ nti ɛbɛkyɛ kakra nti in the meantime before a wasetena ne wewu no wodeɛ yɛ biribi fa tom na at least ɛmbae wo time kakra ansa na woatumi ayɛ saa COS application no. And most of the time, and yeah, employer no fault because so almost send a request no almost sponsorship management system no swa. It is up to the home office to now respond and issue them with certificate of sponsorships na ɔmo hia. Nti sɛ ɔmo hia dodoɔ ebi a 10 bi because yɛ nkurɔfoɔ 10 ɛna ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo employ a, then they have to make that request and then wait for Home Office for not to respond. At first, no deɛ na ɛyɛ nsɛm ara ɔmo request a na aba but sisi a deɛ akɔyɛ te sɛ ɛɛkyɛ bebree nti sometimes even over 6 weeks koraa mpo no na ɔmo ɛnresponde with the request na employer ne makeeɛ. So it is always good to let the employer make it in good time. I always say once you know say you are going to have this employer sponsor you, know, at least even 3 months before omo be start adwuma with you no na so omo make it a request no for that sponsor, the certificate of sponsorship. It is always best to give yourself enough room saying at least unim say employer ne make a request na at least waba wo ho mbrɛ bi ansa na employer no nso aka kyerɛ wo sɛ okay yɛtwɛn home office hɔ ansa na wɔmde biribi aba. Nti in terms of the fact sɛ employer no bɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ oh yes my request nti wode yɛ biribi fa tom. Nkurɔfoɔ bebree frɛ no extension but obviously that is not the right way to put it because ɛno ɛnyɛ extension but at least ɛboa wo ama woanya time kakra de ayɛ wo COS application. Nti most of the time there will be a extension a they are referring to the fact that saa ne leave na ɛbɛwu no ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde application tom sɛnea ne leave no ɛmbɛwu wɔ ne nsam. Nti sɛ ɔyɛ application de to home office ɔmo online portal no so a then at least onim sɛ otumi de application bi atom ansa na ne leave anaasɛ n'asetena no ewu. Sɛ ɛwɔ efikasɛmsɛm ansa na w'asetena no bewu a usually there's something we call section 3C. Sɛ wode application tom na mboayɛ mbaeɛ a yɛse w'asetena no ewu wɔ home office foɔ nsɛm deɛ a ɛndeɛ ɛbɛyɛ te sɛ wo leave no ɛɛtoa so te sɛ sɛnea woda so ɛwɔ leave ansa na yɛbɛka sɛ home office foɔ no anaasɛ case worker a ɔreyɛ ho adwuma no amake decision. Nti sɛ ɛyɛ 6 months ɛna efikasɛmfoɔ no ɛde mboaeɛ bɛba a wonim sɛ wowɔ some period of time to put in wo COS application ansa na home office for no ɛde decision aba in regards to saa application na wode atom no. So it's very very important to note say extension no is not necessarily say wode application bi ɛtom na wotwɛn home office decision because wonim sɛ wɔde bɛma wo. But it is in regards to the fact that you are buying more time so that you can actually put your COS application not in so that at least almost time now the COS application not to na will leave no ewu nti yɛntumi ɛnhwɛ wɔ COS application na sisi a wode atom because ɛyɛ sɛ wotumi kyerɛ sɛ na wɔ asetena ansa na wode wo COS application ɛɛtom. So it's very very important say first of all you make the request to your employer as soon as possible at least 3 months ahead before wasetena no bɛwu. And then secondly in terms of making an application say home office and you should be able to do that as soon as possible. Senya sɛ w'asetena no ɛɛbɛwu deɛ a ɛmbɛwu ɛwɔ wo nsam. Nti that is first thing first in terms
Okay.
and then lastly now I just wanted to let people know so when it comes to the e-visa no a lot of people assume say when it comes to the fact that more passports ne keke no, they can go in and out as usual. Yes, you can, but the way airport system na abeye no is very very how do I say it? It's very, very tiring if one needs that e-visa no. Say about passport cinema, they will constantly question you and ask you more questions than usual. Into say one e-visa na wo indefinite no wo passport cinema bebre. You can go ahead and do the no time limit e-visa application. Senya also wobɛtumi akɔbɔ nsa no na home office no ɛtumi nya wɔ fingerprint ne wo photograph a ɔmobɛtumi de ato ɔmo system no so na wo nso woanya access to e-visa no bi. Nti sɛ wokita passport anaasɛ immigration document a wo indefinite no bɔ mu a, you can go ahead and do the no time limit e-visa application sɛnea wo nso wobɛnya asetena no bi a wɔfrɛ no share code anaasɛ e-visa no bi. Nti yes, please wei ɛyɛ biribi kakra ma
Mm.
yɛbɛgya atiefoɔ ne
Okay.
ahwɛfoɔ.
Oh, la Eunice, yeah, that's it. Now, wait, maybe suggest two questions. Be penna, say be call your main topic. Ne so let's just say, when it comes to the UV, so that's the first one. No, who kita passport ne kra now who took one. You can't just took one with the passport, and even though we indefinitely boom, you must get the E visa to cross borders in Patrosanet. Yeah.
Usually wɔn bɛbisa wo more questions than necessary, so I always
Uh,
say sɛ it's better to get the e-visa so that as soon as you go no sɛ ɔmo bisa wo share code na wode ama ɔmo nim sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bebree ɔmo kita passport no may not have realized that they need to register for the
yes.
e-visa. Yes, and so no ɛma ɔmo kyɛ ɛwɔ
Mm,
airport no
airport.
more than usual because
Mm,
they haven't got a clue say they have to go on and do that e-visa no.
visa
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oh, questions bebree wɔ but my main janka maybe sasa ne kyerɛ sɛ menkita passport mpo na mekita yi visa na can I also travel without the passport na
Hey,
abra mekita yi
wokɔ
visa
wo kurom a wohia wo passport dɛn na ɛbɛkyerɛ sɛ wokɔ wo kurom wo passport no na ɛkyerɛ sɛ wokɔ wo
sɛ
kurom
kɔ
nti sɛ
kurom.
wonkita wo passport de a ɛndeɛ ɛbɛyɛ dɛn na ɔma wo ma woawuram nti
Wowura
obi a ɔyɛ
wuram.
British no nso so ɔkita ne passport sɛ ɔba ne kurom a
Okay.
ɛndeɛ ɛyɛ sɛ ɔtumi kyerɛ ne passport. It's just that so, wokita Ghana passport a wontumi mbɛwura UK kurom ha without e-visa no nti ɛyɛ sɛ wotumi kyerɛ wo e-visa anaasɛ wo share code ansa na woatumi awuram. Yeah.
That's good. And you can say secondly, so no. First one now we can about COS for no. And
Yes.
upon all the explanation that you give, does that mean say time on would bet to her say there is your friend is a baby or mama same microphone for mudin to I've forgotten the name given to that. So among for mudin and to say company no is being either say a revoke or
Okay.
more and I say yeah suspend your man so more for din and back to support and so now one page mama I realize say ebi mu nyinya adwuma COS different companies through that portal or mo create you know but
Hmm.
ebi mu nso obeka say yemfi omo kra it say
Hmm.
o de ko to ho na yemfi wa na wo visa no ɛyɛ ewu anaa ewu na afei woanya company bi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔma wo yɛka ne sɛn COS a can you still go ahead and do the application anaasɛ wontumi
No, because
wontumi
one of the uh, validity requirements of a skilled worker application, ASA, you must show say you haven't breached any immigration rules. Into say wasitna newu na what's the yes application now. We are overstayer.
mm,
Into in the UK, a lot of people don't know this, but if you're an overstayer, it's a
mm,
criminal offense under the Immigration Act 1971. Into
mm,
and no, sir, no, you are in breach of your conditions because
condition
it's not more than the required period into ABA. Let's say we're sitting on Ubewu 1st January. Then he said what's not beyond 1st January 2026.
Mm,
It is
okay.
very, very important to note say oh trainer wasitna no ebe woody, then you have to definitely put in an application before wasitna no be wusenya make no, so that it doesn't become as if wabe overstay and I say what's na ma wasitna
No,
no no
no,
another application. Unfortunately, almost to me and fact it's not under the skilled worker route.
mm. Yo, Eunice, yɛbɛda ase ne nkyerɛkyerɛmu a wode ama yɛn wɔ hɔ. Etiefoɔ na ahwɛfoɔ, sɛ afei na wabɛjoin ne na yɛkyerɛ COS foɔ ho nsɛm ɛna afei nso yi visa. But afei na yɛbɛkɔ yɛn main topic ne so. Nti ansa na me introduce topic no, dodoɔ no a maba so nyinaa Nyame nhyira mo. Mmerɛ no kɔ nti no mebɔ 1 or 2 people just to acknowledge you sɛ mehu mo nyinaa. Me nua Abeditiri, me nua Aba Atili Duma, Nyame nhyira wo papaapa. Me nua Aba Sandra Fraser, Nyame nhyira wo papaapa. Now keep on doing the good work. Moyɛ wɔ hɔ, sharing, liking and then subscribing to our channel. No, ɛboa yɛn na yɛn nso yɛnkɔ yɛn anim. Especially when you come in, don't just come and pick. At least say something, write something, and even greetings in deɛ biribi akora wobɛtumi aka greetings ma nyɛ no koraa ɛso me bo dodo nti no na yɛn keep platform no live sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a sɛ yɛka ne sɛ system no ankasa bɛ recognize at least we are doing a good job ɛwɔ ha sɛ nti no medam ase yɛbɛkɔ yɛn anim lawyer mpakyɛ wobɛtumi de yɛka ne sɛ me producer wobɛtumi de topic no thank you very much na ɛnɛ adeɛ a ɛba bɛka ho no ndodoɔ no wɔ system no mu na ɔmo one way or the other no ɔmo mmerɛ a ɔmo te ha no either sɛ ɛbɛyɛ half of their age anaasɛ ɛbɛboro ɔmo age so nanso still a asetena akɔyɛ neɛ ɛwɔ hɔ dodoɔ no ɛte saa nti ɛnɛ no metwe yɛ lawyer Eunice baeɛ a na mebisa ne sɛ how can I apply to live to remain in the UK if I've lived more than half of my life and I'm still under 25 years. Let's just say, what na ha wo a wowɔ 25 years anaa under 25 years nanso no mmerɛ a wode atena kurom ha no ɛboro yɛka ne sɛn ɛyɛ half of your age no either sɛ ɛbɛboro anaasɛ ɛyɛ half of your age no nti no sɛ na kyerɛ sɛ worekyɛ mu a sɛ woyɛ 25 anaa under 25 no koraa na worekyɛ mu a na kyerɛ sɛ woka yɛka ne sɛn 12 and a half years a watena kurom ha anaasɛ a little above 12 and a half years and a little under 12 and a half years na kyerɛ sɛ watena kurom at that period of time no na still a nkratasɛm ɛnyɛ papa a na ɛnɛ ɛyɛ w'akonya a wobɛtumi enya na wode hu sɛnea kwan a wobɛfa so a wobɛnya asetena ɛwɔ kurom ha asetena no ɛhia nkasa nansɛn yɛatetete anyway mɛbisabisa ho question as time goes on na lawyer Eunice kyerɛ agyae ewie ne nkyerɛkyerɛ na afei na mama wakyerɛkyerɛ nti no wohwɛ saa age a na kyerɛ sɛ we are specifically talking under yɛka ne sɛ young person say under 25 and kyerɛ sɛ wonhyɛ da nyɛ adult kɛseɛ paa obi bɛka sɛ woyɛ young person womfa nkyɛ me meka sɛ wonhyɛ da nyɛ adult you might be an adult but me in terms of this analogy na yɛyɛ no na nti na meka ne saa no nti mebisa first of all no wan na ɛyɛ young adult under the appendix private life no na lawyer Eunice ɛmfiri hɔ na afei ɔnkyerɛkyerɛ as time goes on mɛbisabisa me question sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔno nso bɛnya breathing space kakra na wotumi ama yɛ answer ne yie nti lawyer Eunice mɛsan atwe wo aba biom na mɛbisa wo nkakra sisi a no mepɛ sɛ me apply so I'm asking how can I apply for leave to remain in the UK if I have lived here more than half of my life and I'm under 25 years. And see, and only my main question maybe sir. And coming down on maybe say looking at this age, not just I am young adult and a young person. And you know, and be not me description, and fit it into the legal explanation. So you being the lawyer, no, me why na under appendix private life, when a young person, who start a church and after me the subsequent questions now, a to us no, Ediaba, Wadaroma.
And I still be bring my for what bisa. I think say saying our kind there are still people who fall under this category when it comes to say omobenya asitina ewo UK from her. And so usually I think the question is very simply put. Say share your immigration in Brano under appendix private life a church mu nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo ɛyɛ nkurɔfoɔ a wɔyɛ eligible to apply under private life. First of all, what is private life? Usually, yeah, chroma yet no. We thank God that we have human rights. Into obi biara a ɔte kurom ha no has some form of human right. And yɛn ka ne sɛ yɛn mpanimfoɔ ne nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ government no mu ne Europeanfoɔ no tena hɔ ɛna wɔhyehyɛɛ biribi a wɔfrɛ no European Convention on Human Rights to show sɛ nipa biara a ɔwɔ kurom ha anaasɛ Europe anaasɛ ewiase mu no ɛwɔ some basic rights a ɛni sɛ yɛhwɛ pa ho anaasɛ yɛdwen sɛ saa nipa no ɛnyɛ nimpa. So one of those basic rights is the fact say me as a person and I say you as a person no, we have the right to family life and private life. Nti sɛ yɛka sɛ ebia obi a ɔyɛ akwadaa koraa no ɛwɔ right to private life then it means say saa nipa korɔ no ɛwɔ ne ho a ɔbɛtumi aka sɛ because mewɔ me ho no nti I should be able to have some access to certain things that I may not necessarily have access to. Nti, under the European Convention of Human Rights, no, and no, Article 8 of those rights. There's a lot more rights, but our focus is on Article 8, which is rights to family and private life for a person. And our rights no so there will be a should I say absolute rights, and then we have those that are also not absolute. And see when it comes to those that are absolute there, then it means the government or any other person cannot interfere with it. Whereas with your right to private and family life, no, the government can interfere with it only to an extent. Nti usually the almost per se almost said they can interfere with it to an extent. They are trying to say ebia almost policies be ebia ebe prevent obi a ɔwɔ yareɛ bi a ɛbɛtumi atra affect obiara anaasɛ ebia based on nipa korɔ no suban no nti for security reasons no ɔmo ɛbɛ interfere with saa nipa no ne right no. And then on the broader public policy note nti ebia nipa wei ɛnyɛ obi a odi mbra no so ebia ɔyɛ bi a ɔtaa ebu mbra no nti yɛpɛ sɛ saa nipa wei ɛbɛba yɛ kurom. Usually those are the three main ways yɛn kind of say aban no ebetumi interfere with obi private life and anaasɛ family life. In those circumstances, say if that does not apply to a person, then it means say the government should not be able to interfere with that person's rights as it is. But aban biara nso ɛwɔ ne mbra. Nti like I said, when it comes to public policy, it's very important because some person will keep it in brand in such a way that people will not break the law. It is say omuka say oh in brand a yahyehyɛ no yɛbɛtumi ahwɛ nkurɔfoɔ private life based on their ages and certain conditions a yɛde atoto hɔ. So under appendix private life, obi yawo no wɔ kurom ha wadi age 7 no ebetumi ayɛ application based on the private life. Nti ɔno ankasa age na ne ho akyerɛ sɛ watena hanom for at least 7 years. Yes, our application no. And then we have the second category of people. Those second category of people are those who are between the ages of 7 to 8 or 18, 7 to 18, and I say 18 to under 25. And usually those people no nkurɔfoɔ a wɔrehwɛ sɛ atena kurom ha for at least half of their life. And then we have the third category of people who are those who have lived here for some time, already more than 18, but year under 25. But atena kurom ha for some period, either less than 20 years and I say more than 20 years. Nti ɛno no saa no, ɔmo nso sɛ ɔmo tumi kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo atena UK kurom ha for a continuous period of 20 years, or if less than 20 years, sɛ ɔmo kyerɛ ade pɔtee a ɛwɔ ɔmo kurom a ɔmo ntumi nsan ɔmo akyi nkɔ back. Nti ɛndɛ yɛ main focus no yɛ nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo young adults a yɛbɛka ne sɛ ebi a ɔmo adi more than 18 sisi a ɛna ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ application no, but they are still less than 25 years. Ɛna appendix private life no nso kyerɛ sɛ they have to be able to show say they have lived here continuously for more than half of their life here in the UK. And so what does it mean to live here for more than half of your life? Sɛ meka sɛ meba kurom hanom na medi 10 na at least makɔ school, because wokɔ school wɔ kurom ha a yɛmbisa wo sɛ wo passport wɔ he. That's the most
And of
amazing thing.
yes, and the prepper and the prep.
Yɛmbisa wo sɛ wo passport wɔ he, w'asetena wɔ
Yes.
he.
Mm-hmm.
As
And when I say
yes,
you are school going age, you have
yes,
to be in school. It's
yes.
true.
It's amazing. And so that's another one of the basic rights, the right to
Mm,
education.
yeah.
And see, they believe that every child who is um 18 and under should
Mm,
have the right to free education. Free. And
mm,
see, of course, say ode oba eba na also oba no school going age. Oh, of course, yeah,
the
oba no
man after school.
government no ɛbɛtua school no ka in regards to nkɔlaa a ɔmowɔ ɛwɔ saa school no mu. So nobody asks you any questions.
Yeah.
Wodu university deɛ a ɔmo
Mm-hmm.
expect sɛ wobɛtua wo fees, and they expect sɛ wowɔ asetena wɔ kurom ha. Nti
Mm-hmm.
ɛno ne issue no, because by the time a wobɛduru university no, ɛhɔ ɛna wobɛhu sɛ mewɔ asetena anaasɛ menni
Near
asetena.
sitting.
Yes. And some of the things come as a shock to Nkolani Bim, because it's like, oh, matna krohame wadam for me will be it is only when I got to this stage that I realized say sana me here as it's and sana me to me ko university,
Yes.
because no stress hima we na. So that is when obviously most young people come to that realization say, oh, sɛ metumi yɛ ho biribi. Nti sɛ mede 10 ɛna mebaa kurom ha, meba primary school, meba secondary school, meyɛ college anaasɛ sixth form kakra, ɛna meba university a, then I have to be able to show say now ebia mede 19 years of age, but I need to be able to show that I've lived here for more than half of my life. Sɛ time na meba no na medi 10 deɛ a, more than half of my life will be another 10 years and a day, in addition to that uh,
Yeah.
10 years of age that mebaeɛ.
Mm,
Nti sɛ medi 20 years plus 1 day a, then I can show say yes, matena hanom more than half of my life. Ɛno nti mepɛ
mm,
sɛ meyɛ saa application wei
sure. Mm,
based on my private life.
mm,
Nti me a mebaeɛ at the age of 10 no, Sɛ mede 20 plus deɛ a mɛtumi ayɛ application no based on my private life. Nti it's
Nti
based
no,
on
ɛno mu
mhm,
no na ɛyɛ the requirement that you need to satisfy the
yes,
application anaa? Okay, okay, yo.
yes.
Mm,
Nti that is the one main requirement that you should
okay,
be able to show say what's na hanom more than half of your life.
your life. Okay.
Obviously, there's
Mhm.
suitability requirements. Suitability requirements have to do with the fact that we're doing brand new unyo bia basa basa into of course you don't have any criminal convictions, only deportation order, onye obia ode abayne ka
Okay.
unde NHS ka onye
Mhm.
obia we use to false information and I say we use to false documentation edenya asetena wo krom hada.
All
Inti
right.
those suitability requirements definitely have to be met as part of the eligibility requirements now
Requirement.
also we need to know. So
Okay.
it is very, very important to note say they will look at the suitability requirements and they'll also look at oh, eligibility requirements to show
Okay.
say what's not have more than half of our life. And it's important to note say wei no ɔmo nhwɛ sɛ wowɔ asetse anaasɛ wonni asetse ɛte sɛ skilled worker visa a wobɛtumi sɛ wotumi kyerɛ
So we have na we application.
yes
Ah,
afei
okay.
na wɔyɛ application. And most human rights applications there isn't any need to show sɛ na wowɔ asetena, and that's the um good thing about human rights
Right.
applications no. Yes. Nti sɛ woatumi akyerɛ sɛ woatena kurom ha for more than half of your life dear, then
Mm,
you can go ahead to make the application. And with those category of people, they always look to see if they can give them 5 years leave straight away. And I say, the omo 2.5 na then it means say ebia nimpa na ɔyɛ application no ebia ɔne sika no a ɔde betua IHS no for 5 years. But
mm,
sɛ wowɔ sika no a wobɛtumi de etua IHS no for 5 years deɛ a ɔmo betumi ama wo 5 years no straight away because there is that concession and I say saa mbra no ɛwɔ hɔ ɛma wo. And usually under apprentice private life PL10 no wobɛtumi atua for 5 years immigration health surcharge na ɔmo make ɔmo decision na ɔmo ama wo saa 5 years route to settlement straight away.
mm.
And I
Okay.
think that that is
Now your requirement, you know.
yes,
That's okay. Nti sisi a
yeah.
ne yɛnhwɛ ɛyɛ ka ne sɛn. Sisi a wakyerɛ yɛn requirement, no wakyerɛ yɛn who is a young person, baby a age na afei. It could be sɛ bi koraa let's just say dodoɔ naa no ɔmo a yɛne ɔmo baa ha no ɔmo yɛ more percentage no yɛ more kyɛn ɔmo koraa a yɛwɔ ɔmo wɔ ha a yɛ na ebi ɔmo parent ɛni asetena. Mepɛ sɛ mɛ mix mmienu no but if it falls under there ɛne ɛno ano no but from senior mehwɛ no na kyerɛ sɛ dodoɔ no a yɛne ɔmo baa at one point in their life bi ɔmo yɛ nkwalaa na afei ɔmo abɛnyini kakra abɛdu saa time no ɛho asɛm ɛna yɛaka sisi a yɛnhwɛ yɛka ne sɛn sɛ ɔmo yɛ saa application a ɔno mu bi a ɔwɔ under 25 years ɛdeɛn status ne yɛbɛma ɔmo yɛka ne sɛ 10 year route ne so anaasɛ yɛbɛma ɔmo 5 year route ne so sɛ ɔmo yɛ saa application no for settlement na ɛdeɛn route ne ɛne ɔmo bɛto so ɔmo akɔyɛ young person anaasɛ under 25 no na ɔmo tena ha more than half of their life no ɛdeɛn route so ne ɛne ɔmo ba yɛne ɔmo bɛto anaasɛ tɔɔto deɛ ne bi na ɛne ɛne ɔmo bɛto so ana.
It's usually no when it comes to those private life applications for young adults, no, they have a period of time for settlement. And we all know say when it comes to human rights applications, na unia sits na most of the time no yeah they also 10 year routes no so to settlement because ebia na woni asetena ansa na woyɛ application nti usually it will be the 10 year route before you are able to apply for indefinite and access settlement ever from her. But with the young adults application, even though it's based on human rights and the fact that na ebi omo ni assistance and application, no, they can usually apply and be granted 5 years if they can pay for IHS to say send your no. Into say almost as kind of for 5 years no cramp no more to 2.5 ne dia almost 2.5 no for 5 years na to me aye application no for indefinite leave to remain if they can show say ampa me a young adults me 2.5 no whilst under 25. My second 2.5 no so I was still under 25. In see may person me yes application way for indefinite leave to remain because me to me I completed 5 years ni na ewo private life route no so. Into usually they will be put on a 5-year route to settlement. Having said that, yɛn nyinaa yɛnim sɛ yɛ Secretary of State Shabana Begum, I mean Shabana Mahmood say the settlement rules will be changing in spring, which is this April. And see if that is the case, we will have to watch and see if the rules will change for young adults now. Now say it will remain the same as it is now. But currently no, sɛnea ɛteɛ no, before April ne deɛ yɛnim sɛ it will still be that they will be on the 5-year route to settlement. And then as soon as ɔmbɛtumi akyerɛ sɛ ɔmatena kɔn ha continuously for 5 years ne deɛ, ɔmbɛtumi ayɛ application no for indefinite leave to remain. Yeah.
Okay. Na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo deɛ no deɛ ɛnyɛ that difficult. Ɛno mu no watena ha ɔno nso ɔyɛ akwalaa kyerɛ sɛ wɔwurawura system no mu
Yeah.
dada eti no yoo.
Yeah.
Na
Yeah.
yɛn bi so sɛnea wokyerɛkyerɛ mu no, are there any cases there is no application and I said no application is required sɛ ɔbɛyɛ before leave to remain in the is granted and menim sɛ wate me ase a.
Okay, so in terms of ABA, nipako no ɛtena hɔ yɛ paper application and I say ɔyɛ online application no. I
Mhm,
know say most people, if for instance you have previously done an asylum application before, now omo make a decision there. In
mhm,
those cases, who here say over complete online form. Now wait to sika for IHS and now wait to sika for home office fees. In
mhm.
those cases, you will just do the application straight away because it's a human rights application. It's
Okay.
a application no straight away
Mhm.
and they should be able to make a decision in regards to our application. And then people who are also in detention because they don't
Mm,
have access to
okay.
sika
Uh,
and that's an online way, uh,
but they can still do the application
they
though.
can still write to the home office said they are making an application based on their
Mm,
private life into home office and share evidence to show say atena home for more than half of their life. Into usually in cases like that as well, over
mhm,
to me I application no without
mhm.
um doing it the standard way of going
Okay.
online, paying home office fees, paying IHS.
Mm,
Otro, if you can see them keke, now Otro mo say what's na home ha for this period of time. Omo behwe na omo ahwe sɛ ɔmo betumi de asetena no nso ama wa.
I'm
So
on.
those scenarios, yes, omo
It's
betumi,
possible.
yes, omo
Okay. Na yɛka ne sɛn ebi mo nso wɔ hɔ a saa young person na ebi a ɔbaa one way or the other no wa committee and I say in the eyes of the government no wa
mm,
committee little petty offenses maybe you know the youth sometimes school na
Mm.
obi akɔko ne obi akɔko na akɔyɛ police case anaasɛ bi a yɛakɔhu knife bi wɔ ne bag mu na policefoɔ all those things no
Yeah.
sɛ ebi wɔ akwadaa no anaa young person ne life mu na sɛ ɔkɔ akɔyɛ saa human rights application ɛkɔpɛ indefinite anaasɛ ɔkɔyɛ saa application a yɛka ho asɛm no would they take these things into consideration say no akwadaa yi nneɛma sei a wayɛ yɛ nti no yɛntumi mfa asetena no ɛmma wo anaa.
So yes, in cases where, for instance, neighbor chrono, let's say that it's to say something kind of petty offenses are
Mhm.
ABI neighbor chrono yeah arrested no.
Mm.
Yama no warnings
Caution, yeah.
and
Mhm.
as a caution.
Mm.
Because neighbor chrono committed those offenses whilst they were under 18, for
18,
instance.
yes. Mm.
And see, because they were under 18, ABI ɔmo ka sɛ yɛwɔ no the
Mm.
next time no ebi a yɛde de wobɛkɔ wei magistrate court
But
na
yeah.
yɛtumi ahwɛ wo case no
Mm.
nti if it didn't get to the stage where the person was convicted there,
Mm.
then the home secretary will have to use her discretion to see if you still meet suitability requirements no. There
Mm.
are mandatory requirements under the suitability rules and more discretionary requirements.
Mm.
Nti, obi a yɛaconvict no of
Mhm.
criminal offence for
Mhm.
at least 12 months and
Mm.
more than 12 months no is
As a
liable
young as a young person, you know.
as
Mhm.
obi a ɔyɛ from this country for anyone from the age of 10 is
Mhm.
liable to be uh, to
To
commit
go
a
to prison.
offense.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
Into from the age of 10 no, you
Mm.
are liable. Into
Mm.
if you are convicted and almost sentenced so to at least 12
Mm.
years imprisonment and I say more than 12 years imprisonment there, then you will come under the category of obia that can be mandatorily refused because oh why a court no egyina mu aka sɛ wei deɛ ɛyɛ ampa sɛ woyɛɛ saa adeɛ wei nti yɛbɛ sentence wo for at least 12 months anaasɛ yɛbɛ
Okay.
sentence wo for 2 years
Mm.
3 years whatever it is once you are convicted for that 12-month period ne deɛ
Mm.
usually you are also liable for a deportation order. In that
Oh.
case,
Mm.
yes, you would then have to think twice because in that scenario, if you get seven for Novaka say it is a mandatory refusal. Whereas with somebody who may have gotten cautions and answer warnings, no, or no,
Mm.
no, dear, because it may be that maybe they were a persistent offender,
Yeah.
it will be to the discretion of the
Of the
Secretary of
caseworker.
State,
Mm.
yes, to see whether they should still grant an answer or more and grant so. It is very, very important to make sure, say, your application where you disclose all matters as
Mm.
they expect you to disclose on the application. And
Mm.
then if you have mitigating circumstances and so
Mhm.
na wakyerɛ mu sɛ oh yes meyɛ akwadaa no seesei ne sei na meyɛeɛ but sisi adeɛ ebia mewɔ school meyɛ
Yeah.
sei meyɛ sei
Mm.
nti ma monhwɛ me pass no ɛmfa ngyagye me
Mm.
nti those things also help when making an application as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see. Na kyerɛ sɛ kurom ha sɛnea ɛteɛ bia no abadae kakra deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ ba ɛwɔ sɛnea wo situation no ɛteɛ na ɔmotumi gyina so de ato anammɔn de ama wo. Ɛtiefoɔ no ahwɛfoɔ sɛ mo a afei na woadwɛne a me ne Lawyer Eunice ɛreka how I can apply to leave to remain in the UK if I have lived here more than half of my life and still under 25. Ɛho nhyehyɛ anaa discussion yɛyɛ na ɔde nneɛma kakra aba abɛto dwa ama yɛn sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛnya ho nteaseɛ. Nkwadaa no a dodoɔ no ara yɛne wɔn ba ha no na wɔn abɛtena ha akɔ school a afei ɔbɛdu university level no na ɔayɛ application a yɛse gyaeɛ na wonni asetena nti ɛntumi admit wo ɛnyɛ saa wobɛtua international fee ne adeadeɛ ɛno hɔ no na ɛyɛ a na ɛbɔ yɛ pusu na afe ne ehu sɛ sɛ ɛyɛ mma no or sɛ ɛyɛ bibi ɛde mom nti ɛho nsɛm ɛna yɛkeka wɔ ha no nti wadwene a mesrɛ wɔ abɔ mmɔden na like page no share the page na afei subscribe to our YouTube channel no and afei nso no yɛka ne sɛ comment say something ne yɛhu sɛ waba so a wohwɛ mehu sɛ nnipa bebree wɔ so nso no ɔmo tete mente bɔ mmɔden a comment na mehu nka na give you a shout out cry na also who say yes me who enti no monkɔ so nkrɔfoɔ ebisa few questions ebi mo nso the voice note
Summary, did I finish earlier or not?
over to me the voice note about ɛwɔ
For what?
07596620154 em say
With no
feedback
summary.
mumma me twa me ho sima baako pɛ me ba na afei ne ato aso with our questions.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Yo, it's here for na hwefo ya mamo nyina akwa ababio mo fanche ya na ne wan kakra to metwitwa ya na mu nanso ne nyina mu no obesie eye bibiara eye na nti no sesi ano mabie telephone la memma me kasa nye tente. We have just half an hour na yemfama etie for na hwefo Sinebeya, omonso betumi ebisi some whole questions whilst I still pop up with my few questions me aka mentumi bisa la Eunice no na ama edmedie no akwenim na me hu say me nua ba Liz ebisa question bi e wo board no so Mr. Mo betumi the questions number you can call the line as well 07596620154 betumi afre na Odi also will be our question. I may adma from next week benya more telephone lines in a friend obi gyina so a wonso ntumi gyina so na wetumi afrɛ a different line na no nso ama na call nti na aye yi on say this year improve the ba nti kakra be yi so 07596620154. You can call this number. You can call both on WhatsApp and regular number no regular call no na wetumi ebisa o question na or nti me bisa ye nua ba list there no or say please how long does it take for retention of rights Retention of right application to get a response from the Home Office. Eunice, mpacho, will be a retention of rights application na mmeresen na di e Home Office ansa na omama ne mmoaye.
Usually in conform year retention of right application, EU ebusiafo a for one reason or the other, omuni nipa no divorce and as a nipa no efrim and as a nipa no abuse omo at some point in their relationship. In say when you are applying for retention of rights under the EU settlement scheme, usually it takes 6 months. So it takes more than 6 months. They are in there say oh yeah complaint and I say pre-action protocol. Should the entire omoache
Okay.
was so yeah.
Okay. Yo, yenya ofrefo ewa homa ne so me ma na kwanya no no so bisa ne question. Pacho onama any 5179. Pacho wo also friend no just give me a moment na okasa wi na wo so abem why. 5179 pacho wo na edo so. Ye fra so na okasa friend obetumi ask people name no na wache baby a okasa fi na wo so we bisa o question pacho yitio.
Happy New Year, rather.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Pacho page your voice kakra me why.
Me pacho you, like Eunice is man. Happy New Year, pa.
Audio.
Me pacho, me question is say, me sama me friend be. Me pacho or the COS na buy and our own we general the banner so I feel an application up to or dependent or your I feel an application up to ma. Original the banner so na or the 2 say 2 weeks more ni. Onya bia but our maternity leave fee enti obe resume next 2 months na no bisa say obetimi akwa adwuma ana because of say oye different application I just say we train my application e ban sana we resume work ana say send pacho eno na me bisa man.
Okay, questions. Me ankasa mo meeting more questions be bro, but to my lawyer na if you know the way I'm thinking, on also doing sa na on
Yeah.
team answer no. Because okay, lawyer is much as I would say ni question ni.
The, I heard part of it, but I think like you, I also have questions. And see,
Okay.
so I'll say, Nadam for no your application based on Nebano, when you are sitting in terms of a Chrome Hub book, and I say,
Me
or
pacho
yeah, the
is
same
from
thing,
her
or
British.
So Chrome her book or a British.
okay,
And
okay, into
no or COS or a dependent.
or a dependent into na ne dependent visa ne enwuye into afena or yeah application no based on nebano just so that away to near switch it routes say
Okay.
Me
or your
pacho.
application na ansana na sitina ni wood yeah you can go back to work at any point in time. It's not up to them to wait
Home office.
to
Okay.
yeah for a decision and sana go back to Juma. And see, I know say ABR we're taking some time off and now person will come back to Juma. As long as they have their share code, no, they can go back to work and then use evidence of their share code say omo employer ni bisa na omo de sa code na ama omo.
Okay.
But
But when
lawyer
am I?
Eunice me pacho na say affecting application in any way.
They never affecting the application.
The pacho say not always certain answer na all switch it to ne banner as say odi akotuma emba ye no.
Yeah,
But na
yeah.
for convincing say yes na an application ne be then tina or yes na maybe
Oh,
say lawyer man say
There.
okay.
Debbie.
Okay.
As long as
The
a was
pacho.
it's not depending on whichever route she's on, no, it shouldn't really affect the current application in any way because no was it's not sana or your application way.
Okay, me pacho me that's pa. All
Yes,
right.
yeah, that's mommy. Thank you. Share mommy, me who say what share. Okay, once so bet to me, afre na we bisa o question. Me wo ya can say voice note back wa ha me mbo ansa na ya traso.
Manya, good morning, no. Eunice, good morning. The Masina Jopa Mobo, my Yamisha.
Oh, thank.
More understand you in the back, Nanya Clam. The question is, a citizen, I am citizenship now. I'm say 2021, no. HM40 pay a cabrem send me to Omoka. But Miss Ray, no minutes with Omoka because me pay the mini self employed. Who are Tim a task. Till later, I can have for us. By time,
Oh, call it betraying tama ne dia na kati. Okay. Okay, my main far way, not means changing call way. Pacho, my pick call no number ending 9475.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Yeah, me pacho me some question kakra.
Koso
Yeah,
ne
the
bisa
US
papa.
ni bi na buy na omo ruki na aka 60 days. Na me so me ne obi anyi sen a obe 6 months about onu no we you asetina ni bi. Nti me time na omo de ama me no. Like on say enyan so e but e bi obe bi about 3 months later. Omo ma me 60 days. Metima koso no my extension na me extension ni we na e bi anya me wo na ofa na ba metima move akọ me ba ne de ne so ana sana mpese me bisa lawyer.
Eunice, Pacho tie me ni abeme.
Okay, nti person or your application na ebe buy no more time and son or the ne family life application no so atum.
Akoto so. Sa akola na nya afi na oba no was 6 months. Nti ye twen
But
say
onya British book but you asetina ni bi.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Say or EU assistant ni bia ne ba no so be wo EU assistant ni bi. Nti depending on the fact say wa akola ni sisi ano, so konya pre-settled status e ma akola no. Nti or wa akola na you will also have to apply for baby no so to get ne pre-settled status e wo krom ha. In
Me met
regards
free. Me maybe depend on the na mo so for that me ba ne de ne so.
now dependent
into
no ne na worry.
Me de ne so ana. Me ne ware.
And
okay,
now why
see,
divorce
that's
too?
so well before for which
Omo
none
me
of
60 days mo twa ya yi ni mu nti. E de pese me buy time na ka me ba ne ba na ka me de gina so.
into wujida ubano so keke anasa wujina EU no so ne ubano so.
Kame jam me ba ne de no so say o mama me 60 days. Oh, and I may just say kame buy time kakra. Nanka
Okay,
me wa sita o hana ka e wo me ba na me de agina so ayo.
okay. Into in regards to 60 days no so the a different application etum before over to me IS application na ubejina ubano so because ubano yan no into to me yeah application within the 60 days where as there's no child. Into
Enti no ka
60
say
days.
onye
Yeah.
application bi na on fan buy time. Say ja home office for there. Assumption I want to say we application kwa almost just almost stretch up to 6 months bi ansa na ya ma omoaye. Enti enkodu hon me nka say 6 months there because me nye adwuma wo ho. Ebi kura na the next day na ya ma omoaye. You didn't know. But me ka say ne ye nimu ni nti no
Yeah.
saa no for saa time no buy time nti sɛ nyame yɛ adom na akwaraa ne sane a na yɛwo no a na afei wɔgyina akwaraa no so na ɔde ayɛ application saa time no na ne 60 days na ayɛ sɛ extension kakra bɛto so biribi saa meme nte aseɛ no menim sɛ owura
Yeah.
saa na ɛte anaa
Sana mpese me chere pepe.
nti Eunice ɛyɛ possible saa ɛma no anaa
Yeah. And to say I'm a church no. Oh yes, application no dear. You are making an application to buy you time. It's not an
okay
extension per se, but you are just using that to buy you
buy
time
you time
in terms
okay
of the fact say ebia home office no at the 6 months and make a decision, for example. Into I don't know
okay
wotwɛn ama wo ba no yɛawo no ansa na woayɛ ne pre-settle status na woatumi agya no so no
ɛde ayɛ
ayɛ
application
saa yes saa family life
But
application no.
oba ni enya British book na me consent.
so you book ɛna
Ah,
wasetena wɔ ha
Nti qualifying child no ɛyɛ ebetumi ayɛ
maame no
obi a ɔyɛ EU national ɔkuta pre-settled pakyɛ wate aseɛ nti it doesn't
okay.
have to be say ɔkuta British book obi nso a ɔkuta indefinite no nso so ɛyɛ qualifying child nti either sɛ akwadaa no kita pre-settled anaasɛ settlement no ɛmfa ho.
wate aseɛ
E ba chon ma te
nti sesi a no woda a wo mpaebɔ nyɛ adeɛ mmienu paa titiriw sɛ akwaraa no bɛsane wɔ asomdwee mu na afei nso home office for amma wo respond within the next few days
o
wate
ma me
aseɛ
respond kwa me sa kwa appeal.
Yo, nyame nhyira so ɛ. All right, ma me nja pato share program ne ma me wa me hu sɛ wa share me srɛ share ma me sisi a me da se. Yo. Ɛyɛ ana ɛha adwen yi. Pato na ma yɛ 4414 do so kasa yitio.
Okay. Pacho, good morning.
Good morning. Raise your voice kakra ma me wa na volume no low.
All right. Good morning. Pacho, I have a short program. I'm sure. Okay, so
Eunice Otenenka.
The view, I'm sure say one way to the
And
camera.
dear na yet phone so the deal.
Hello.
Yeah, may try to increase the volume. Nana lawyer Eunice in Tionka. Why?
Pacho, you.
A fake Casanere.
Hello. Okay. I mean, I say 2020 July 2020.
Oh, you so hands free, Anna.
Pacho, there the crowd.
Okay, Casaiti.
2020 the application under the 5 years.
2020, oh, your application, any amount. Application be now year 2020.
Under the partner route.
Partner route, near amount 5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
5 years, maybe 5 years, and they last year, November.
Okay.
But second grants no the man under 5 years. This and was June.
June this year, 2026.
That's right.
Okay.
But 5 years now, because we was so IND from the time of the application. We last year November.
Okay.
Into me, besides me apply for indefinite now.
Okay. Eunice, but what's in the question as here?
Oh yeah, EUSS settlement application, Anna.
And the partner routes. Any amount of 5 years.
The partner route under British.
Under British way.
That's right.
Okay. Or your 5 years. So, or your partner route under British Nigeri. And
Okay.
5 years no. Ewu November. Nanso visa na ewom status na ewom no ebewu June this year. Until bisa so betumi go ahead to apply for indefinite.
I didn't know. I would say 5 years, no, so last year. What are you using to calculate 5 years no?
Okay, so near see and say me first application, me under my first born, I me wonu chroma.
Okay.
And now mommy first 2.5 no. That 2.5 no kunu and at that lawyer at that time no advice say me akolane mame yan worry cause say tibum ti yan worry prekuna common can't be down from the 10-year route no to 5 years route.
Okay.
Okay.
At that time no so lawyer no here first child route no mame or no be yare inti or catch him so to me on practice law ni bi me to me compare different lawyer.
Okay.
Inti me compare different lawyer no all year marriage na ma me say me ne me wife ya koya aware ya tibum or yet next application no koye under private life e ma me no mo ma me another 10 years and there no sa private life nti mo ma me 10 years no and na me 2.5 ti me rectify say wa yes no na me akasa me application na me call partner route.
Okay.
Nti me call partner route no na me first one. Nti me first one no mo ma me another one. I think send me application in July 2020.
Okay.
I'm receive my application and a partner route. And I'm catch me say I'm eligible to semi-complete 5 years under this route. Let me apply for indefinite.
All right.
Enti me but second one no mo de ma me no me renewal and no end November. It's me 5 years under partner route. Maybe 5 years now, and then November 4th last year. But
okay.
At that application, that visa no more the man in the year. As soon as June 2026.
Okay, into all calculated from 2020 now, almost the first 5 years no amount. Okay. Okay. Into usually if for instance, like you are saying, 5 years no so 2025 there, you can make the application on the basis that what's not a Chrome as a partner of a British citizen for a continuous period of 5 years. As ultimate stress and now owner we no ethic into proof of address for the two of you. As ultimate stress you still meet the threshold, which was the 18,600, and you live together into accommodation documents, and then you also have to show say umiti English language B1 also, so and then you can obviously go ahead and make the application. Into if you are saying say yes for 5 years no so from last year dear, then at any point in time over to me I application no saying they are now person yeah over to me so I application no. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Another me that's you really Nyamisha.
Amen.
B1 no the previous applications na me here na my B1 test na me was certificate in the but you me you feel me dia you
Papa.
Yeah. And then I hope so you can life in the UK and so.
Unless some person obey there. Now I sound beshian for free chess for now I sign. Okay, yo, yeah, that's shama me, wait there. Why? Shama me sisi, and I mean say what she. Why?
Pacho you meshama.
Nyame shroud. Yo. Okay. Yembo way so quick na afe. La use pacho ti we mame.
Patrick.
Good morning, Eunice, good morning. The Massina Pam Obama, and Islam. I'm telling you, more understanding about Kunaya clan. The question is,
Hold on.
Citizenship now. I'm 2021, no. HM4 did pay a cabrem send me to Omoka. But Miss Maria, no minister with Omoka because me pay your minister self-employed. Creating a task. To let an attempt for some time, that means I'm not correspond to your one. Intention of the banner Macassa, okay, Mati. The person is one of me, I need to cheer Machian Cacata for almost years, but the dog is a year. But me no mind your former arrangement, and yet, Niana need future, many reasons. To me, we say, it's simple. So, we students of business are more check record now. 18 from the Catam to Udiomoka. We were to Cacata, and I said, me no mind ye. Former arrangement almost to make me everything Korana. On him, but with much a Amam Eunice said, mediation for a canoe, my station, and emigrate can hold to a commitment transfer of the cinema. Command declare not application from one ten of the change on the HMRs come, one sometimes many but that's which one them.
Me so we no line is before you we can. We know the thing is ya the car breme and I make two and I'm a meetiaka. Meetian so just every month be a meetibi de ko. And to what prevents me from calling the HM say kana mo dia breme hu intimate two and I'm minimum year for marriage and I'm then it continues. And
Of course.
exactly.
I think so for him, he just tried to access about the nationality application there. I think when it comes to the nationality application, say almost checks because I'll say when disclose it. Because they will not ask you specifically, do you owe HMRC? They will ask you, do you have any debts? Are you bankrupt? Are you? And so you have to read the questions carefully because without anything about HMRC. And see, I think say he didn't read the questions carefully to know how to answer it, and into went to me and disclose. So, but yes, you found a non-tone chain. Yes, if they go and do their checks, normal who say, oh, or the HMRC card there, would that go against him? It's up to the discretion of the Secretary of State.
Exactly.
Usually, in cases like this, one ka eka chrono, whether it is 10,000, 100,000, one ka eka chrono, but depending on the amount that he owes and how much tax he has paid already, it will be up to the discretion of the Secretary of State. Last week, now, and no person may catch us. It is up to the discretion of the Secretary of State whether the memo and say on farmer. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, na had you. Yeah, my obi nso gyina so ache. Mpacho number end 1734 you.
Pacho, hello, good morning.
Good morning, mommy.
Pacho me chia only lawyer.
Yeah, Joseph.
Pacho we there me problem be na person me bisa lawyer say obema me idea bia. Pacho me naturalization wow. But on the part of the form no obisa say trips make outside UK ever since I me ba hano. But I quite remember say 2019, 2020. We make it trips be to Ghana. But for some reason, me Lucy me phone no Ghana be we are into me need pictures na me boarding pass those winning in Ayura, my share me out cloud bibia me sure me kai won say wo ba return no or return no me passport no. But specific day I me call any me need me sure they require me date say 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Since me guessing na mature date na under form no so besides so anyway be a person or trying to me control who said this 2019, 2020 me make it trade but me date na me dia show me assume me because me I me record the actual date. It's not me beside lawyer say a big problem because I means submit it form.
Man, me submit na to adwum. So what treat you? And I reference to the our baby near what can say you unkai date into what assumption, but you remember say most maximum time I'll spend 3 weeks. Then you know what explanatory side no. So and I'll return in this date and the ball passport more into no to adwum, but let's hear from the lawyers as well.
Actually.
Oh, I am Shished Patrol my mom William and Shisho. I know say nationality applications also cost a lot, but when it comes to the fact that one person will disclose it, yeah, yes, what they will said this is the date that you went. I know so usually they are asking for absences, in the last 5 years. I mean 2019, 2020, it falls outside the 5 years because I think if you're making the application now, then it means that period no or fall outside of the 5 years. Into very much no how we brave because um first of all it falls outside the 5 years, and secondly you can't remember the date, but what you say this is the period of time I usually will spend it. In some way who say yes, we are being honest with them. It's a member is true about me. Why?
Metimi fear no kase mo pa o.
Because Ghana may lose
another
problem.
Scan doors. So most of the more the or just cannot refuse to drop us.
Sano macho in is more refined. It's not me say bibi me say mama submit. Kwaba minister submit
na konu yanko so bi na pe fanta bi count na da. Why na da yame you're welcome. But do me a very big favor, but to share mommy, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
My subscriber that I'm lawyer is Eunice.
Okay, and you share mommy, why?
God bless you.
Thank you. Bye bye. I am she and yep, and yeah. Na you boldness, no courageousness, na through so. Yo, the phobia so ba homa ne so pacho o kasa friend ye nte won kan. Pacho it you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, mommy.
Me patrol. Now me person me make inquiry about 7-year private life good visa for Menemepa.
Okay.
Akolane Baha 2018 and Winya best 8 years. I think 7 years and some months. Now see me person me application no. I'm a bit disturbed because Akolane Papa or Ghana. It's not I wanted to find out whether that would impact their application because I know saying the Home Office will try to establish family ties back in Ghana. Into my question is Papa ne side no. I don't know me sign.
Akra also won wahana or didn't
there be no me won or Ghana. Into Oba had the age of 3.
And as I say,
see how we 11.
11.
Patron.
Okay. Nature say net topic no e come out. Yo, Eunice, Pacho. Yeah, mommy question we be sano. Nemo say ne papa or back home. So is there any way and a possibility of any papa with fienti? Yen dia planning to move from Hana. But and one maybe sana
me Pacho. And the second part is I wanted to ask if I'm making the application, if I want to add myself on the money application, would I need to fill a different form and it will be on the same form that I fill for me banner.
Okay.
Okay. I think the last question will go first because application for Aqualana. Aqualano is making the application under the private life route. So that is a completely separate application. And I also application not based on the fact that you are a parent to the child. And also a completely different application form because akwadaa no gyina ɔno ankasa no ho ɛna wo nso wogyina akwadaa no so. It is two separate applications with two separate fees. In regards to the first question, whether you have to show evidence of a papa no, not usually because they want to see whether this child can show say it would be unreasonable for them to go back to New Chrome now ofri no. In cases like that, we are saying say ne mame e wo ha, ne mame e hwe no, ne school kom ne ayaresa bibia e fa akola no ho no, wo na wo hwe no. When it comes to bia social ties na akola no so build no, oko school nti o adamfofo or school ebia ɔkɔ clubs and I say extracurricular activities. And also san so we build ties ɛwɔ hɔnom. Ebi akwadaa no instruments or play with instruments and also they play a certain sports that they are very good at. And also san maybe they are also a high achiever and say our whole certificates need be. So in cases like that, you are prompting the caseworker to see the fact that this child is well established here. We're building our social ties we're building the culture here in this country because what's not a Chrome have for at least 7 years. Into Chrome there's no other place like here. Into be an kasa no cramp no or shadanka mekasa ne bi or say but one shadanka into
Is it okay? In we no. Yeah, mommy, so when you answer no.
Me pacho back to the form filling no. I started filling the other form.
Yes.
Me said there was a section that required say I add myself on there. Okay. From what lawyer Eunice is saying, other than that, now still need to fill a different form.
Yes.
The parent to the child.
That's
But
correct.
you know, what form would I need to fill for that? Would it also be under the private life road visa?
There be all feel as a parent and say further leave to remain family as a parent. It's a FLRFP. Yeah, friend FLRFP.
FP.
F
family
F
life.
for Fox.
Okay.
Family. Yeah.
FLR. Okay. Me patrol me das the ring.
Yes, that. Send your kasa when Mr. Shema why?
Me patrol me
Amen. Yo, you go so ha. Nana etia hene. Opemu medichi akese the mounds me bumi tiruma the amount. No. I say, please, what is the difference between NARIC, Actis, and UK INIC? Which one is current for UK via? Utuma me pa o me say. Okay. So my main church with the Eunice meje free some na matre me papa na when it comes to NARIC formally actis na formally say or certificate be or any qualification or any certificate be from back home now open be a comparison waha ube use all the certificates that you have to the NARIC na you can say company na working for home office na oma convert we na ma na oma ye nti no ebia certificate na okita no mo ye aha say ene aha de ne etisen na oma chechu mo no ma mo issue a different certificate na say we certificate na okita ne nyina etise e wo krom ha then you use that certificate to do your application e wo your home office ho no ena almost say NARIC no e de ba ENIC no etis no. Now, ETIS now, NARIC now to migrate to ETIS. It's the same company and they work for home office. But ENIC now koye omoho said the broader a bigger company now. Actis works under them. Omo nyinaa na ENIC no mostly no omo yɛ comparabilities of certificate, but actis ne deɛ omo to me convert yɛ ka ne sɛn mbia o English o degree na o pɛ sɛ ohun the qualification a ɛwɔ ha no na omo convert de ama o, but omo nyinaa work the same thing, work ma UKVI. Nti sɛ woyɛ application na you will be for just work purposes, you will be for school purposes, na you will be also for life asetena ɛwɔ ha say. So woyɛ application na all you need to do is sɛ wobɛhwɛ which one category bɛn na wo hia. Nti wontumi nkɔfa mbia job anaasɛ employment comparability no wontumi nkɔfa no mbɛyɛ UKVI te sɛ settlement no. Nsunsuan ɛwɔ sɛ ɛwɔ application no mu. Menim sɛ makyɛkyɛ mu enough for you but ne nyinaa mu no nsunsuan difference ɛwɔ sɛ woyɛ a wobisa sɛ which one is for academic purposes. Wobie website na ɔmo ankasa ɔmo ayɛ saa categories no wɔ hɔ. Nti no you register ENIC registration wɔ hɔ with your email, your name and everything. Na ubia no bekyerɛ which form of application na wopɛ. Woyɛ for academic and now you're for school school na ne academic and now you're for employment and now woyɛ for settlement a ne nyinaa ɛwɔ hɔ ba ne nyinaa wɔ under UKVI deɛ no ɛno na wobɛtwu so. Enti no menim sɛ wo answer me a the best way just go to the website sɛ bibi ɛwɔ hɔ na still a wonte ase a you can call me ebetumi a go through na wotumi ehu. Nti saa na tie me gye sɛ ma answer wo na yɛnkɔ yɛnim. Yɛwɔ question yɛmmerɛ aso deɛ but yɛmbisa Miss Maytoots. And so see, I want to apply for 7-year private life route for my daughter and myself. She was born in Ghana. Her father is based in Ghana. Well, okay, I think so we've answered this question. But based on this question, no, Mami Bisalo Eunice, insisia no, me ba every Ghana, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, yaba visit, and yaba became. Yabɛkɛ mu no ampa mankɔ bio me visitors visa ɛne me ba no nyinaa na ɛbaeɛ ne mefa wɔ Ghana as usual ɛne yaba abɛkɛ mu. Yabɛkɛ mu no nso yɛakɛ mu a kyerɛ sɛ obi anim wotumi ne nna mu a wotumi ne nna mu bebree a wonni nkrataa na mmom akwaraa no deɛ obɛkɔ school alright ɛna akwaraa no akɔ school a yɛn nyinaa yɛatena mu a bɛyɛ saa 8, 9, 10 years na kyerɛ sɛ akwaraa no atena ha more than half of ne life. Na meyɛ such application a sɛ meyɛ ma akwalaa no na me nso a menni asetena no a me nso matena mu a menni asetena no te sɛ na ɛyɛ maame bisa ne deɛ mɛtumi ayɛ based on akwalaa ne deɛ no anaa.
Okay, so in cases of young adults, no, because they are over the age of 18, no, usually I will follow into me engineer almost so. But where in this case, akolano eba no, we're spending more than half of their life, more than 7 years, Chrome because or that's so under the age of 18. So where they are under the age of 18, no, so way to me actually said, almost atna a chrome ha continuously for 7 years, ne dear. And the way to me, yes, application for 2.5 and I say leave to remain, no. Whereas parents and I say I work for na any crata no so able to me age normal so because a qualifying child includes a child who has lived in the UK continuously for 7 years at the date of the application. Into I will follow so able to me age nine or so IS application. No.
Okay, that's it. And then my last question, me in fact call Biansu Bium because here me na so. Or see, please note where or send it back the WhatsApp ne so. Or see, please please about request for my passport back from UKVI. Okay. Mami assume your person or say please I'm about to request for my passport back from UKVI. What form can I use? If I go online, it says cancel application or get the document back. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I see. I have visa approved already. Maybe it will cancel my visa. Which link or form should I use safely to request for my passport back? Visa is FLRFP. Nti ono ne deɛ no no.
Usually, no, I would say definitely go for get my documents back. And on Sano, you put in application reference number, a baby sound for din or passport number or date of birth. Send your move to me, I check on my records. No, who say we a right person or some return or passports bro. Into they'll ask you everything to do with your application now. We yeah now ama or in no. So put in all those details and then it will send you your passport back. It's not canceling your application because someone your decision that. Usually you can only cancel your application if it's still with the home office. Into say almost umbrella and wire that then you are not canceling it. You are just requesting for documents in the back.
Yo, la Eunice, say aha na yɛde adwumadie no ɛbɛba so. But answer na wobɛkɔ no sɛ wo mmere nso aso. Yɛte okay, Obi please the question back Obi aba. I say please, is exercising treaty right for the EU spouse part of retention of right application? With the yes and no, and that's explanation with three.
So exercising treaty rights, no, it was part of obviously our regulations before we left the EU. Into say, oh, kase nipa kono exercising the treaty rights to say oh yeah juma dia. We no longer apply that now under the Appendix EU and now say under the withdrawal agreement. Into under the withdrawal agreement, no, you will only have to show say you have resided here for a period of 5 years or less than 5 years before obviously Brexit took place, or if you're a family member of an EU national, obviously you're going to show that EU national no was here before the transition period ended in December 2020, but also what's now a Chrome have for a continuous period of 5 years. So in terms of exercising treaty rights no there, it is no longer applicable. You just have to show evidence of residence.
Yeah, upon that note, no major alcohol, Nanzo Bacon, or so church idea with my nkurɔfoɔ de ha ma adwen paa na kyerɛ sɛ me si ɔmo nkɔ kenkan na wonim nso sɛ dodoɔ no akenkan no ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔmo nim akenkan ɔmo mpɛ akenkan te sɛ mmea
Right.
ɔse sisi a dual citizen Britain without UK passport could be refused entry under rule change. We yɛkenkan wei wɔ independent papers ne mu just I
Yeah.
think two or last just few days yɛkenkan na yɛyɛ discussion no questions and nkurɔfoɔ ɛpɔpɔ ama me no na kyerɛ sɛ te sɛ lawyers bi mu nti no
Yeah.
lawyers bi deɛ ka biribi kakra ɛfa ho saa adeɛ a ɛde adeɛ.
So obviously with dual nationality, you will have to show evidence that you have both uh identifications of your nationality into either say free European nation back now will sound so what British passport and answer will free another country will accepted dual citizenship now or British passport. So if you have evidence that you're a national of Britain there, then you should have a British passport. If you are also a national of a different country, you should have their passport as evidence to show say ukita dual nationality. Unfortunately, if you don't have evidence of a passport or identification that shows that you are a British national or you're a national of another country, then I know say with the Ghana High Commission, for instance, no, they have dual nationality card that almost to me am I for, but not everybody will have access to that. So your only piece of evidence is your passport. If you don't have your passport, then you can't just say verbally that, oh, I'm a dual national of this country or that country, unless you are a legal person and you can look into the law and quote the law to them. Say, Ghana and say, and our British and say, you see, me a dual national because my birth certificate say free Hanno and I'm a passport say free Hanno. And I don't think anybody has the time for that. So I mean having both passports is evidence enough of your dual nationality.
Nationality. Not just see make sure say you have both passports with you.
Yeah,
Wode
yeah,
bɛkɔ sɛ na sɛ ɛno no nkurɔfo bebree practice ɔmo mpɛ visa gyeɛ no ɔkɔ a na wafa
yeah.
ne Ghana deɛ ɔnkɔgye visa na ɔkɔ ɔba na ɔde British de aba na waba nanso gesi a Ghanafoɔ no nso ɔmo ani ate woba na ɔde yɛka ne sɛn British wontumi mfa British deɛ no ɛnkyerɛ wɔ Ghana yɛka ne sɛ airport hɔ because visa mbom nti ɔmo de
Yeah.
Ghana deɛ no ɛkyerɛ wɔ airport hɔ odu Heathrow anaa Gatwick anaa Stansted anaa any of the UK airports na ɔde UK passport no n'akyerɛ na wɔwuram pɛpɛɛpɛ
Yeah.
nkurɔfoɔ ɛyɛ nti no ɛdɛn na abɛka ho ama ade no ayɛ huhuhu bi te sɛ sisi a bibi foforɔ bi na ɛba bi honestly obi si Keir Starmer onim nea ɔyɛ ne ho wɔ parliament wama Kemi ɛdwodwo ne saa Kemi odwodwo Keir saa ɛwɔ anyway upon that note no anuanom ne adɔfoɔ aha ne yɛde mmerɛ no ɛbɛba adwuma no bɛba awieɛ nansa nsa na ɛbɛkɔ yɛbisa la Eunice biribi wɔ hɔ a ɔbɛka akyerɛ yɛn na yɛmfa nhyɛ kotokum ne yɛmfa nante ansa na yɛasan hyɛ bio mu ana la Eunice.
Vivian and Shaden Hosta, but I will say I know said Dodwana will want to know in terms of settlement policy no that may never ba. I mean Omaka says spring, which is this April, and so we'll look forward to that this April. And Mamun prepare in any case, Omo the bar, we hope say it will be something that everybody can look to and say okay, wait there doable and see it's something that I think most people will not really find it difficult to meet and see. I hope say Dudwana will be able to, if you have to put in an application for settlement before April, do so. So ultimately requirements now, yes, go ahead and do so. But when time no any so yeah, patchomen prepare take your time, and then when the time is right, you will also be able to do your settlement application as well. And say BWF Solicitors, yeah, details was screen also your address, your telephone numbers, your be from Monday to Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's over to me after your number so person only in Ketahontia. Your number no yɛ 0208 493 7340. Nti 0208 493 7340. Wobɛtumi afrɛ yɛn na yɛtumi ne mo edi nkita ho. Yɛda mo ase bebree. Da sɛn dɛ yɛbɛsan ahyia.
Yo, la Eunice yɛnso yɛda ase media ne manyeti wohyia baabi afrɛ manyeti mɛgye wo so yɛnso yɛda lawyer ase yɛto nsa frɛ no ɔbaeɛ wabɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛ na wɔtwe bɔ mmɔden a na ɛtotoa na mu yie wonante a ɛmbɔ hu walk boldly na ɛma ehu ɛnkyekyerew wo monyi fear out of your life na monante with akokoduro na sɛnea ɛtie biara wobɛsi akyea nanso ɛmbuuyɛ na ɛnyɛ mbuuyɛ deɛ yɛwɔ awerɛhyɛ mu nyame nka yɛn ho na wɔtwe yi ɔne yɛnkɔ no ne yɛmbra ɔma yɛ ana mu nyinaa ɛnkɔ tenetene na aseda no ɛnkɔ ɔno nko a meda mo nyinaa ase yɛbɛsan hyia biom next week same time same place adios.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.